What's going on, everybody? My name is Stefan Hamann. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And in this video, we are going to learn that how we can use the Shopware plugin configuration. Because as you know that in previous video we have learned how to uh, use or create a JavaScript plugin. But now I think is the best time to move to the plugin configuration. And if you don't know what is the plugin configuration, or if you have idea that of the Shopware 5 plugin development, so you may know that the plugin every plugin needs some sort of configuration where you can configure some stuff like constant number and initial point, the plugin is activate or not, and this type of multiple type of things. But for now I just want to show you how you can create your own plugin configuration and how you can fetch data from this configuration and use it inside your plugin. So because you know that we are going to cover two things, so without wasting any time, let's jump on the screen. So let me share my screen. All right, so I think you can see my screen. So what happened earlier in previous video, we created a plugin in JavaScript, and the purpose of the plugin is basically show you I think this pop-up like this whenever you hit the scroll bar down. So we create this plugin in our previous video, and now what I want to show you is that we are going to use the plugin configuration. So how you can do the plugin configuration, what is plugin configuration, let's understand it in detail. So if you see here on this administration section, so you just need to go inside the extension inside your administration panel and click on the my extension. Whenever you click on my extension, you are going to see this page. So here you can see that when I click on this icon, and you have only one option is uninstall. But if you see another plugins like this one, you can see there is an option for configuration. But whenever I click on my plugin, there is no tab or icon or a link for our plugin. So how we can access this and how we can create this? So in order to do this, we just need to go inside our source folder. So let's see what we have done so far. So we have a plugin, and basically we just create this dummy data, pass the dummy data in our video. In our previous video, we created a plugin for JavaScript plugin, and this will handle the whenever our page hit the scroll thing, so it will be work fine. I mean, it will show you an alert, right? So you can see that show alert false and the condition is not coming true. That's why we are not seeing any pop-up right now on this page. And you can see this init invoked, and basically this function invoked, and it is coming from our plugin. So you have idea that this is how our plugin is working. But right now what we need to do is we need to create a plugin configuration. So because it is a part of the our administration side, so I think what you need to do. So first you need to hit the Shopware uh, docs, and when you reach the Shopware docs, so you need to scroll down and see the guide section. Inside the guide section, we are building an extension or plugin. So whenever you click on the extension, this means we are going to extend our Shopware. So there are some multiple things, and right now we are interested in plugin. So whenever you click on the plugin, there are a lot of sections here. So uh, as far as I think that it's need to be in administration, but whenever you click on the administration, you will find nothing nothing link for the configuration. So this is quite confusing. I think this need to be inside the this section, but As far as I know, this config thing is software, not software thing. It's a Symfony bundle thing. So you can find this thing inside the plugins fundamental. So in the inside the plugin fundamental, you can find a lot of links. And the first link that you can see that add plugin configuration. So you just need to click on the plugin configuration and you are good to go. And you can see that at plugin configuration we have a heading, and it is saying to us that the Shopware plugin system provides you with the option to create a configuration page for your plugin without any knowledge of templating or the Shopware administration. So the prerequisites for is that you just need to know how you can create a basic plugin, and I already created the video on that topic, and there is an official video from Shopware. So if you want, you can watch this video as well. And they are just letting us know that this video is a part of their backend development uh, course, which is available on Software Academy for free. So if you want, you can also take this course here. But personally, I think it's not that detailed because the instructor in this video is just basically showing a lot of slides rather than showing you the real world example. So forget this part and let's move to down. So you can see all you need to do is creating a config .xml file inside a resource config. So the first step is you can see that there is our plugin name. So in that case, they have Swag Basic, but we have a different name inside the source. We have a folder called resource. Inside the resource, we have a folder config. Inside the config, we have a file called config.xml. So we are going to do the same thing. So inside in our plugin name, we have a source. Inside the source, we have a called resource. Inside the resource, we have a folder called config. Inside the config, we are going to create a new file, which is config.xml. So that's it. And this is our config file. So let me upload this and see what effect it will do here. So let me refresh this page and see that if I add an empty config file, so it will show some sort of uh, so let me go here and click on my extension. So it will show something like configuration link or not. So we need to see here. So you can see that there is some sort of error that we cannot see. So I think the error is coming from this. So you can see that our page is not working properly. So let me go here and check this. Is this weird behavior coming from our plugin or not? So I'm going to my server instance and I'm going to delete this file from server because this file is empty right now. So maybe we are going to see, and I just delete it, and I just need to refresh this page. If I see the whole list of plugin, that means this weird behavior is coming from our config.xml file. So maybe in future, if you are going to see this sort of error, so you have an idea that this type of error come from Shopware empty config .xml. So you can see that as soon as I delete the config.xml empty file, because the file is empty, so now it will not rendering anything properly, but now it is showing us everything here. So I'm not uploading it right now. I just need to put some code here, then I start uploading. So if you go inside this doc here, you can see that we have done with this part. So now the next part is we just need to fill our configuration inside the config.xml. So you can see that there is some sort of important information for us. So they are saying fill your plugin configuration with setting. As we know now how to create your configuration, we can start to fill it with live or option or configuration in that case. All right, so there is a heading called card in your configuration. So we have a clear file called config.xml. As you can see that we have the follow a simple syntax. So this file just follow a simple text says you can organize content in card element. Every config del must contain a minimum one card. Basically, this means we just need to use one card element similar like this. inside our plugin, and this is a mandatory, right? So what is the next? Must contain one element, title, and at least one input field to see config.xml below. So you just they are basically saying that you just need to copy the whole code and paste inside your uh, config.xml, and these all things are minimum requirement in order to run your config.xml. So there is an icon for that as well. You can click on this copy, and you just need to go here and paste here. So this is the basic example for this config.xml configuration, or you can say whatever you like. So here, as you can see that we have some add something. So the first line is I think is denoting the version of the XML, and the next line you can see on line number 2. So this line number 2 continue to line number 3 and ending on there. So they are just basically using the schema, and this is the schema that we are using. And after that, you can see on the line number 5, we have a tag called card, and the card is opening and closing on line number 10. And inside our card tag, we have a tag called title. And basically, whenever whatever we type inside the title, we are going to see inside the configuration title, and there is the input field, there is a name. So if we want to get something, we are going to use this. So what I want to do in our plugin, I just need to change this heading from the plugin configuration, because as you know that we are just using some static data inside our controller. So if I show you, let me show you first. You can see that this is our job controller, and whenever someone hit on the job page, we are rendering a view, which is this, and passing a data called dem store page. So this is a static page. So if administrator or administration want to change it, he can't do this, because you know that we don't have an option for that. So I'm going to use the plugin configuration in order to do this. So let me go and click on this here. So I am going to remove this for now. So we just going to use the card, and let me remove this minimal and just add a heading called configuration. And we just need to add a field called input field and name, what we are going to use. So important thing about the card titles, uh, you can see that the card and the title is translatable, and this is managed by Viva lang attribute. So the lang attribute means this, here you can see that. So if you want multilingual support, you can use this attribute and specify your converted or German text here. As you can see that if you have a German shop as well, so you can use this sort of, and there are multiple lingual support as well. So the input field, as far as now, so as you can see that above, every input field has must contain a name. So in order to do this, I also need a name here. So I am going to type input dash field, and the field f is capital or not. So everything is small. Field, 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 and let me remove this from here. So you can see we have an input field, which basically means that we need some sort of input where user can add the heading of our page. And this input field also needs a name as well. So like in HTML, we use a name attribute. So we also need this type of thing here. So the name that I'm going to use is, I think it would be much easier if we go with the job page heading, I guess. So let me enter the name here as well. So there is our name, and the thing that we are going to use else. But right now, what I want, I just want to upload this and see what this file effect create effect on our storefront administration. So let me refresh this page as well. So it is loading right now. So sometime it will take some time. Maybe I am using a dev version. There are a lot of things to load. Maybe this is the reason. But this is not the topic. So let's move to here. So as you can see that whenever I click on this section, so you can see that now we have option for configuration. And when I click on the configuration, there is our title and there is our plugin name and there is our field. But right now you can see that it is empty, and if a user came here, he don't have he didn't get any idea that what he need to type here. So what I want is some sort of label. So how you can add a label here as well. So let's go to here, and you can see we have an input field, and there are different type of input field. For example, you can use text, you can use text area, URL, password, and a lot of things. And how you can do this, you just need to type here inside your opening tag. So this basically means you just need to type like this, type equal something like that. We will see in a bit. But uh, I think it's let me see show you that. For example, if I want to use the password, so let's go here and let's add a type called type, and let's name it password. So we are expecting a password from user. So let me go ahead and refresh this page. So you can see whenever I type here, you can have an icon for C and delete this and everything else. You can do this from here. So this is how you can change the behavior or change the type of the input field. And there are a lot of available field here. So you can go ahead and check them as well. You can see we have a color picker, single select, multi select, date time, boolean, inflow, text area, and there are a lot of fields, and you can use whatever you like. So I am going to use the text field. So there is our text field, right? So now let's move to the next thing, that because we need a label so user can know what kind of information he need to fill there. So let's scroll a bit and we need to find the label. So you can see that input field setting, and there are a lot of thing about the input field. There are a placeholder and there are a lot of things. But right now, what I want to show you is the label. So you can see that in this example, they are using a type called text. There is the name of the field and there is a label for this. So I am going to use the label here, and the label would be just need to paste inside this input field tag. You can see here as well, and you can type it whatever you like. So I am going to add the label like I think enter your page heading would be good here. So let's do this. So you can see that we have a heading for enter your page here. And the next thing that I want to show you is uh, let me go here and upload this so you can see that what is our output after adding this label here. I just upload the our latest file here and just come here and refresh the page. So you can see there is some sort of error. The label this element is not accepted, and there is so this is the reason that I do this type of videos. So you can have an idea what type of error we are creating. So there is our input and there is our label. So maybe the reason is that this is the reason, but I don't see that this is the reason. Let me go here and paste here. Let me refresh this again. So this is the issue, maybe. So basically, whenever you create some sort of input field, you need to use the name tag first before any label. And there is another tag called default value, which is just a default value for your input field, I guess. So let me go here and use this as well and see what effect it will create on our plugin. So there is a default value as well. So right now it is not showing us, but I believe that behind the scene that if we don't put anything, if we didn't put anything, so it will use that default value. So test heading, default test heading, right? So I'm going to paste this as well. So let me refresh this page, and I'm not going to add the text here right now because I want to see that this default value is showing to us or not. So this is the one thing, and the next thing that I want is I need some sort of image feed. How I can get some sort of image from user or administration from this configuration. So if you go here and you can see there is a tag called disable, copyable. So what does mean? You just need to copy this from here, and you just need to paste it here, and you just need to upload this file, click on the refresh, and with very minimal code you have an option to copy to clipboard. So you can see that if I type something here like this and if I click on this button, you can see that the text has been clipboard, and if I go here and control V to paste it, you can see that we have a text now. So this is a very cool feature from Shopware that you can see here. uh, all right, so this is how it's done. So the next field that I want here is a input field where you can choose an image. So there are some sort of example for the input field type select, but we are not interested in it right now. So let me scroll a bit. There are a lot of other things like you can use the component as well. So what does mean? So you just need to open a component tag and you just need to pass your required a component tag name here, and here you need to pass the entity name, which is the product. You can add category, and there are a lot of entities available inside the software, so you can use whatever you like here, I guess. So there is our label name and etc etc. There is a multi select, there is a media selection, and which we are interested in it right now. So I'm just going to click on the copy, and so let me go here and enter here as well, I guess. So you can see I just use a component called SW media field. So basically this component will manage all thing that I am going to do. And you just need to put a name here. So I'm going to use a job page image. Upload media or choose is our uh, label, but I'm not going to use this long label. So I am going to remove this here and paste it there, and let me upload this and see what is the effect of this whole new component or configuration inside our plugin. So when I refresh this, you can see there is a whole new uh, field here where you can see an icon. So when I click on the icon, you can see you can select the image, you can upload the image as well. So for example, if I choose this banner image, so he just uh, asking me that I already used this image. So all right, so it's not an issue for me. And you can see that our file has been saved, and there is our image, and this is the image name, this is the label. And there is a one more thing that I like to mention on this specific area. There is another thing called helpful text. So if you scroll a bit and you can see their input field setting, you can see that there is a label. You already use the default value. We don't want to use a disable for now. You can see there is a helpful text as well. So how you can use the helpful text? Just need to open a tag helpful tag, like we have already tag here, and you just need to add some content here, and you just need to close this. And whenever you do this, so this will create an icon, question mark icon on your upper on your feed. You can see that when you hover it or hover on it, you can see that there is a message, please upload video or choose one from the media manager. So this is how it's work, right? So so let me choose my image again. So it is saved now, it is saved now. So this is how we can create our configuration. And the next part of this video is how we can use it. So this is the whole thing. So if you scroll down to the end, so you can see that there is the next step, and they are telling us that now you add your own plugin configuration. But how do you actually use which configuration the shop owner use, which will be covered on the next slide. So you can click on this link as well, and you have another option for this from inside the extension, inside the guide extension, inside the plugin you need to go inside the plugin fundamental, and you can see there is a link for use plugin configuration. So you just need to open this, and you can see that this guide basically cover the use plugin configuration. So I think it's good time for drink some water. So make sure whenever you are coding, you keep yourself hydrated. All right, so you can see that there is our use plugin configuration. So in our guide on how to add plugin configuration, there are a lot of things like I'm not going to read everything. There's a prerequisites, and you can see that they are using the subscriber, and don't scare for subscriber right now. And we are not going to use this method because you can find easily this method on the this guide or documentation, but I'm going to show you another version, which is just because as you know that we are using a controller, and we are managing every data from controller. So we are going to use a controller, so you don't need to create this subscriber right now. I will create a new video or in future, which will basically cover everything regarding the subscriber, how you can find events, how you can create your own subscriber, and there are a lot of things that we are going to cover in future video. So I just need your supports, and please do comment and like and share the video, so I can be motivated and create this video more speedily or fastly, I guess. So this is this example is using a subscriber. So how you can use this whole thing not in the subscriber or not in inside our controller. So if you scroll down, you can see that there is a subscriber, and this subscriber basically run whenever a product is load. So you can see there is a function called on product load. There is a function. This is the function is right now empty, so we are not going to take care of it, and we don't want to explain understand it right now. So there is a configuration. You can see that this is the minimal configuration. and the plugin is using a field called input field, and they are using just name. So and they are not even using the label as well. So you know, when if we don't use the label tag here, so we the user will not have any idea that which kind of information we need to fill inside the input. So let's go inside the this section, reading the configuration. So let's get to the important part. Reading the plugin configuration is based on the Shopware core system config service, and there is a service. The service is reasonable for reading all config from Shopware 6, such as plugin configuration, and inject this service into your subscriber using a DI container. So basically DI dependency injection container. So right now they are injecting inside the subscriber. You can see that swag basic subscriber, and there is an argument. And so whenever they use the argument, so they will get inside this constructor. So this is how the subscriber work and how the dependency work inside the software. So what I want to do is just I just need to copy this whole argument here, and you just need to go inside your plugin and inside the plugin. So you can see that is our plugin inside the source, inside the resource, inside the config, we have a file called server.xml. So you just need to open a server.xml. You can see that our controller is getting only one argument right now, which is a generic page load. So you can also see that. So this is expecting us a generic page loader, and which is only one parameter right now. So let me go here and add this as well. So now our constructor is expecting us two parameter. So we just need to use this as well. So I'm going to copy this whole ID thing, and I go inside here, and what I want is just type use, paste this, and add colon terminator here, semicolon. You can see that it is now here, but it is changing its color. So let me quickly fix this. So if you see the subscribers coder, you can see that they are using it similarly that we are using it, and they have a variable called online10. So let we system config subscriber. So we are going to create this thing in the same way. You can see they have a system config variable, and inside the constructor they are getting this. So let me copy this. So whenever software call this constructor, so they will provide this as well. So inside the constructor they have a line called this the system config service equals system config service, which basically the this thing. So I'm just copying the whole line and paste inside our constructor. So this is as you can see, as soon as I just add this, so this the color of this line number 12 line is changed, which means it is using right now. So the next part is how we can access the data from our configuration, so which is very interesting. So we have our system config service, and we are good to go, I think. So we just need to scroll down a bit. So you can see that they are accessing the example config service. So let me go here and explain this to you. So you can see that Swag basic example is the plugin name, which in our case is basically the I think ISL job post. So we need to add the ISL job post here. So so there we just need to pass our plugin name. So what we are saying that go inside our plugin and inside the config. This example need input name. So you can see we have two inputs. So I am copying this job page heading, and you can see that inside the job controller it is try to finding the example field name, but we don't have an example. We are looking for job page heading thing, and I'm going to change the name of the variable as well. You can see that we have a job page heading, and I'm going to remove this static text from here. What I want whenever whatever user type inside the config field. I want to show that field here. So right now it is the demo page thing, but I don't want to do this. So I'm going to upload this and try to see that refresh. Maybe sometime it's need to clear the cache, but let's see that it will work or not. You can see that it is taking time. So maybe this is the error. So let's see which is the error. We are getting this error because we use the two constructor thing, and we only upload this file job controller. We forgot to upload this file, so let me upload this file as well. And now it is telling a job constructor controller pass one argument and already to expected. All right, so let me see that what is the issue. Let me upload this as well. Let me upload this as well. So I am going to I just upload the all file again and let's see when I refresh it, it will work or not. So basically, let's see that what is the error. So it's a good practice in order to show you that how we can see that. So it is saying too few argument to function as a job controller, and which basically mean that constructor one passed in this here and on line number say exactly and exactly to expected. They are telling us that we are just passing one argument here and expecting two from us. So let's see what is the error. So we have a system config service, there is a system config service, there is a variable name, and I think we didn't need to fix anything here. Maybe clearing the cache will fix this. So let me go here and inside the setting, system, clear the cache, clear the cache. So you can see all cache cleared. Let me refresh this page. All right, so this is the issue of the cache thing. You can see as soon as I clear the cache, you can see that the joint demo store 123 data is showing, and you can see that this data is coming from my extension, and inside the my extension we need to go to our plugin configuration. So as we know that this will take some time, so you can see that there is our plugin, and you can see that there is our data. So if I remove 123 here and click on save, so you can see that our data is now dynamic. So if I refresh this page, you can see that 123 is no longer part of this heading. So this is how you can uh, uh, let me click here and I think let me show you my screen. So all right. So here you can see that this is how we can easily a this is how we can easily create the configuration. The next thing that I am going to not fully show you because the next part of this plugin that it is rendering the image. So in order to get the image, we need to use the repositories. I guess so, but right now I'm not going to cover the repository in this video because it's a very long topic, and I think the repository topic will come after 2 to 3 videos because right now after that video I want to cover the migrations, and after that I will show you that how you can use the query builder of Shopware, so you will know how you can get the data and store the data using query builder. But this is not the perfect way from Shopware because Shopware use the repository pattern, and like we have a product repository, we have a category repository, we have a media repositories, and so we are going to look in this thing as well. And once we reach that level, so I am going to show you that thing as well. But right now, before we move further for future videos or we say goodbye, I want to show you some interesting thing that will help you understand why this topic is for repository pattern. So let me share my screen again. So you can see that this is the data coming from our configuration. But what if I try to get our uh, image? So you just let me show you. So in order to get your image, you just need to say that go inside our this is the plugin name. Inside the plugin name, go inside the config, because we have used the name of job page image. So we just need to put our input name here, job page image. And if I go here and type dd and show you what inside this, so here you will find that there is an id of image that it is storing. You can see that there is an ID for that image that is storing. So if I try to render this, I need to find the correct record for this ID. So I just need to use the repositories for that to find the particular record for this ID. So which is a very long process because our video is already too long. So this is why I am not showing you that how you can render the image right now, but I want to show you something else. So if you go inside your right now, by the way, I'm using the adminer localhost adminer.php. So where this configuration thing gone, right? So where what is the table where it is storing right now? So I just want to show you. So inside your database, you can scroll a bit and you can see that there is a table called system config. So whenever you click on this system config, you will see that there is a table. Inside the table, you have multiple things like ID, configuration key, configuration value, sales channel, and key data updated. But why I am showing you this table? Because you can see that there are something interesting thing that you can see that core basic information. So this is basically a table that store our configuration. So you can see that there is our plugin, and this plugin is the key of this getting this whole information is that ISF job post.config.job page heading, which is basically mean this. So whenever we click on this save button and change something here, so the Shopware will run our code, run his code, not our code, run its code, and then put the updated information here. So if you want to see that, you can see that if I type 123, click on save, and if I refresh this page, you can see 123 is here. So this is how the Shopware is using. So but what about our image, because we have a field for image. So if you scroll a bit and try to find it, there is another field called ISF job config job image. So there is the image ID, right? So this there is our image ID, and this is the same ID that we are accessing. So if you go here and see that what is this system config service, so there is the system config. There is also another method. You can see that right now we are using a get method, which basically take a key here and return our value from the database. But there are also other method. So this is the constructor of this thing, and you can see that right now we are using this get method, but we have multiple method like get string, get int, get float, get bool. We have a method called all. We have a get domain, and there are a lot of other function available. You can set the value as well from your plugin configuration. So this is maybe helpful in future. So that's why I show you this thing for reference. So this is how you can use the uh, system config service and inside your controller, and how you can get everything from configuration inside your controller and inside your plugin, and this is how it's done. So basically I just want to show you this thing in this video, but in future video there are more interesting topic coming, and we are going to learn and explore the Shopware 6 more. So I hope that you like this video and share this video. So till then, I see you and I hope that you will be keep learning the Shopware 6. And if you find some interesting thing, and if you find some mistake, and if you know some better way to do this thing, you can put inside the comment, and I will read it. And as you know that mostly I reply all of the comment. So till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye. Peace.